Imagine this, a hidden tax change buried inside a flashy Washington bill, quietly signed while most Americans were busy watching fireworks. It's called the Big Beautiful Bill, and inside it is a shocking Social Security change that could shake up your taxes and your payments. Most people have no clue about this yet, but today, you'll know exactly what's coming. And trust me, this isn't something you want to find out the hard way when tax season hits. Let's start with what everyone's checking first: the July 2025 payment schedule. If you receive Supplemental Security Income SSI, you should have already received your payment on Tuesday, July 1st. SSI always pays on the first of the month, unless that day lands on a weekend or a holiday. Now, if you get both SSI and Social Security, or if your benefits started before May 1997, your check would have arrived on Thursday, July 3rd. For everyone else, meaning your Social Security started after May 1997, your payment date depends on your birthday. If your birthday falls between the 1st and the 10th, your payment date is Wednesday, July 9th. If your birthday falls between the 11th and the 20th, you'll see your payment on Wednesday, July 16th. And if your birthday falls between the 21st and the 31st, your deposit is scheduled for Wednesday, July 23rd. If you're signed up for direct deposit, that money might already show up in your account by the time you wake up. But if you're still receiving paper checks, you may need to wait a little longer, and you should definitely double check that your mailing address and bank information are up to date. Now let's talk about this hidden change, the one buried deep inside the new Big Beautiful Bill. You may have heard people say this bill eliminates taxes on Social Security, but that's not exactly true. What it actually does is create a brand new tax deduction: $6,000 for single seniors and $12,000 for married couples over the age of 65. This deduction will help reduce how much of your Social Security benefits are taxable, and early estimates suggest that nearly 88% of seniors will now either owe nothing or significantly less in federal taxes on their benefits. That's a huge relief for people living on fixed incomes. But here's what most people don't realize. This new deduction doesn't erase the old rules. The formula that determines whether your benefits are taxable remains exactly the same. The only difference is you now get a larger deduction to lower your taxable income on paper. If you have income from a pension, a part-time job, or retirement savings withdrawals, you could still end up owing taxes even with this deduction. And here's another hidden snag. The IRS is still updating their systems to reflect these changes. That means your tax software or your accountant might not have the latest rules in place yet. When in doubt, check the official Social Security Administration website or speak with a qualified tax advisor before you file your taxes. While many seniors are celebrating this new deduction, others are sounding the alarm about its long-term impact. By collecting less tax revenue on Social Security benefits, the program's trust fund could run out of money even sooner. In fact, the Congressional Budget Office now predicts that the Social Security Trust Fund will become insolvent 1 year earlier than expected, moving the projected date from 2033 to 2032. Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers didn't mince words. He called this bill a dangerous gamble and compared it to poking new holes in an already leaky bucket. Supporters argue it's worth it to give seniors a break today. Critics fear it'll leave future retirees in a much tougher spot. If you thought tax changes were the only controversy, think again. Earlier this year, the Social Security Administration faced massive backlash for aggressively clawing back overpayments from beneficiaries, sometimes without warning. The agency has since made changes. Now, they can't withhold more than 50% of your monthly benefit unless you explicitly agree to it. But it's far from perfect. If you get an overpayment letter, don't panic, but do act quickly. You have the right to appeal, ask for a waiver, or negotiate a manageable repayment plan. The sooner you respond, the more options you'll have. And speaking of frustration, many seniors are still dealing with major delays at Social Security offices and on the phone. Why? Staffing shortages and the rollout of new AI systems under the ironically named Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. Some people have waited months for a callback, and phone hold times are through the roof. The SSA claims this new tech will eventually speed things up, but right now, it's a mess, and it varies wildly depending on your location. If you're applying for retirement or survivor benefits in person, here's another heads up. Since April, new fraud prevention rules require extra identity checks for in-person applications. This doesn't apply to Medicare or SSDI claims, but it's catching many people off guard. Pro tip: if you can, use your My Social Security online account for faster service. Here's a positive note to close on, especially if you were born in 1960. This year marks your full retirement age, 67. That means you can now claim your full Social Security benefit without any reductions. Of course, you can still delay claiming to get even larger monthly payments down the road, but hitting this milestone unlocks your full retirement benefit today. If that's you, congratulations. So, what actions should you take this month? First, double check your July payment date and watch your bank account or mailbox closely. Second, don't expect a bigger check this month, but remember that new tax deduction could lower your tax bill next spring. Consider talking to a tax advisor now. Third, if you run into issues, whether it's overpayment letters, missing checks, or problems reaching the SSDI, log into your My Social Security account for faster answers. And finally, we want to hear from you. Did your July payment arrive on time? Have you noticed delays, confusion, or smoother service lately? Share your experience in the comments below. Your story could help someone else facing the same situation. And if you found this update helpful, give it a quick thumbs up so more people can find it.